Greetings! Today I'm going to walk from the Sawmill Creek Campground to Beaver Lake, which is 0.8 miles away. And so we've driven up the Blue Lake Road from my house, past the old mill site, and we're up here at the Sawmill Creek Campground. And from there we're going to take the short but very steep trail up to Beaver Lake. There's another trail up Beaver Lake from Herring Cove. And earlier I rode my bike, a couple videos back, I rode my bike out to Muskegs Fish Hatchery. So if you haven't seen that video, you need to see it. Now I believe this bridge across Sawmill Creek was put in by the Alaska Pulp Corporation. It looks too well built to be Forest Service. They may have donated it to them. It's a pretty stout bridge and it's been here a long time. I'm crossing Sawmill Creek, and of course Blue Lake is just up the valley, and you can see the pipe of the water that goes through the turbines and stuff at Blue Lake, the outlet, back into the river. Sawmill Creek has some fish, but not very many. It's mostly rainbows that have escaped Blue Lake and have gone over the dam or through the turbines or something. But the salmon cannot reach upstream this far. Short distance down the creek here, there's a impassable waterfall. I always thought for years that they should have put in a fish ladder for salmon, but they never did. So I'm going to start out walking the trail here. I wanted to go, I'm in my mid-70s, I'm slowing down, I got physical problems, but I wanted to go to Beaver Lake one more time. So that's what this video is about. It's going to be a long video because I'm going to do a very long, extensive description of the hike and show you what it is really like. So if you've never been up here before, you'll want to watch the whole thing. If you have been up here before, well, you might want to remember what it used to look like. Anyway, I'm taking this hike so that if you don't want to come up here, you can still see what it looks like. So now we're going to start climbing here pretty quick. And I mean climbing. There's a ridge that we need to hike up. And I came up this trail the first time, I think in 1988 or 89. Since then there's been some work done. Some of the really steep hairpin type corners have been changed so that it's a little easier in some places, but it's still a rough hike. Now these are the things that I'm really worried about. Being in my mid-70s and having problems walking, I have a hard time because I'm lifting my feet. Anybody who's old will tell you about lifting your feet. If you don't lift your feet, you trip, fall down. And so lifting my feet is very difficult for me. I have a muscle disease besides arthritis in both hips, both knees, both ankles, hands, feet, shoulder, probably in my head too, I don't know. But anyway, I woke up and told the wife I've got to do it one more time. So she gave me her little flip phone. Keep it on. Not so much to call her because she's busy watching baseball and doesn't want to be called anyway. The whole purpose for me to carry the flip phone is to, if something happens to me, they can find my body. Anyway, as you can see, I have problems walking. My right hip is out and my right foot turns outward, which makes it even more difficult to lift my feet to get up these stairs. Very painful. But made up my mind, and I'm going to do it one way or the other. Well, at least I'm going to try. If you take a close look at my my left hand, oh, that was a tough climb up there. If you take a close look at my left hand, you can see it looks like it's deformed. Well, it's not. I'm holding the stick on my Insta360 Camera. Now I'm taking a look at some things here.
Up in there.
This is some strange geology on this ridge we're going up. It's a lot of broken rock. I've never seen anything like it on a single ridge. All odd-shaped broken rock. But anyway, what I'm saying about my left hand here, as you look at it, it looks like it's deformed or something, but I'm holding the stick for my Insta360 Camera. Also, I am doing a lot of narration on this video because, well, with the camera on a stick 5-6 feet in front of me, it doesn't have very good sound. I don't own a mic, and maybe someday I'll be able to get one, but I don't have a mic Wi-Fi to the camera. So I'll use the camera sound once in a while, but mostly I'll be narrating this. Now this is another interesting spot. If you look behind me there to my right, you'll see some gravel and stuff. That is what's left of the old trail. They've kind of closed it all off. For some reason they put some steps up here to this big slab. I guess it's supposed to be a resting area, but yeah, it's pretty damp up in there. This particular ridge doesn't get much sunshine during the day. Anyway, here's a newer section of the trail, forming a much larger switchback. I'm going to take a look at this. I don't know what it is. It almost looks like a pagan altar up there. Great big old slab rock for sacrifices? Who knows? Maybe Bigfoot is sacrificing virgins up here or something. But anyway, I'm going to go over here on the new section. Last time I was up here was about, it must have been 15 or more years ago. So this is a new section to me. This is a very difficult, rough trail, and it is kept up and maintained by the Forest Service. That and Sitka Trail works. But you can see the gravel's different where they've done some work. We're getting up there now, getting higher. Like I said, the whole ridge is either steep rock cliffs or lots of broken rock debris in various sizes. Oh, here's a tree here. It was hollow. So when they sawed it, it wasn't any good in the center. Hemlock. It's mostly hemlock trees along this trail. There's a few spruce. There's quite a bit of slide alder. There's a few salmonberries and ferns. Some weird rock too. I find these little some red rock up here once in a while. But it's mumbled, jumbled, like somebody had just grabbed a whole bunch of big rock and boulders and formed a ridge out of it. It is definitely a ridge that you cannot just drop straight off. Like if you were at the top of the ridge and went straight over the side, you couldn't do it. It'd be too dangerous. You would need ropes probably. But it's amazing that even though this trail is made out of this material, there aren't too many places where it ever slid off, which surprises me. We got lots of salmonberry brush and ferns I'm walking through. It's kind of nice to have a piece of trail like this. It's just gradual climb. I don't have to worry too much about my feet. I can just shovel along. But then we come up to more of this stuff. And kind of nervous a little bit because the trail's kind of leaning downhill. If you ever fell off, you'd probably roll down there a long ways if you didn't hit a tree. This is very, very difficult for me and very painful. I've made up my mind I'm gonna do her, so I'm gonna do her. Plus the rocks, you know, they're different sizes, they're different heights. Extremely difficult to raise my feet. I could never do it without a strong walking stick. Oh, here's some more. It's 1 foot after another. It's like years ago I used to mountain climb. I used to climb around on Mount Baker and Mount St. Helens and climb Mount Rainier a couple times and Mount Adams. You used to do what was called the rest step. You go up 1 step, stop, go up another step and stop. That's the only way you do it. You just 1 step at a time. It hurts like hell. At least on me. I've got quite a ways to go before I get to the top here. I see these little holes and stuff in the rock. I stick my camera in there to have a look-see. It's just rotten, jumbled up rock. Now we're about, oh crap. Yeah. For me, this was one of the more dangerous and difficult places. Old steps created with old rotten logs. And you can see that just through gravity and weather and so forth, they're not spaced correctly. They're leaning wrong. You can see I'm having lots of trouble getting up these things. This is a very difficult place, and it's about halfway up. I just got to go up 1 step and rest, then try another step and rest.
Damn, I can't make it.
It's a long ways down there now. And I'm really struggling trying to get up this. I think anybody would struggle to go up this thing. Maybe not a dog, but 1 step at a time. That's all it is. Oh, here's a fun spot. Now where I go? Oop, almost bit it that time, didn't I? Yeah, great fun, huh? Oh gosh. Oh look, some blueberries up there getting ripe. Either blue or huckleberries. The brown bear really love these things. But do you really want to run into a brown bear on that trail? I don't think so. Anyway, I reached the top of the ridge, and I noticed to the right is the old trail. I remember that. But they've built a newer trail down below here. Gravel, and they put some kind of netting down before they put the gravel. But pretty nice trail here now. The old trail used to go off to the right a little bit and climbed a little higher through this muskeg. Well, straight ahead of us is Bear Mountain. And at the base of Bear Mountain over there is Beaver Lake. So we got 1/3 of a mile or better to go through this rather flat area. There's not much steepness. A little up and down, but not much. After what you just gone up, I mean, it's pretty easy. There's all kinds of little meadows back in here. You can't get off the trail. You get lost. We enter a forest here now. We kind of leave the hemlock and we're into the Alaska yellow cedar. And there are little springs coming down, little creeks. They've got little bridges like this built. We got some shore pine, skunk cabbage. And I don't know if the water's any good. I suppose it is. I drink water everywhere in southeast Alaska. I don't worry about it here in Sitka. I know other areas like over in Juneau you can get beaver fever from the water. Not here in Sitka. I've never heard of it. Anyway, this is kind of a semi-open alpine area. And what I thought was kind of interesting is that some of the shore pine looked like it was turning brown on the edges. So I don't know what's causing that. But it's feeling pretty good now that the trail is flattened and smoothed out. I can smell the Alaska yellow cedar. There's deer cabbage and some other little flowers around. We've got these nice little bridges we get to cross. So, any wet areas. Kind of playing around here with the 360 camera. Give you some different looks with it. See how the bridge is built. They built this one pretty stout. There'll be little patches of hemlock and spruce in here. A lot of yellow cedar and slide alder. Tall salmonberry. Skunk cabbage. Kind of enjoyed it in here because it was kind of cool. It was pretty warm on this day. Probably, I don't know, 70 degrees, I bet.
Now this is some silty ash, and then you had some big heavy ash fall here, and then some more other stuff up here where the plants are growing. There's some really heavy volcanic ash in here. Jeez, it's like rock. It all come from Mount Hitchcock, which must be 15 miles away. Oh my goodness.
I've always been fascinated about geology. Here we've got these little muskeg meadows all along the trail, little small ones. Usually good places to see deer, but I saw practically no deer sign. I didn't even see any deer poop on the trail. I didn't see any bear poop on the trail, which really surprised me. I was taking the bear spray with me, of course. Sometimes when you hear water like that, you get real thirsty. But yeah, I got my bear spray, and people always ask, well, do you always travel alone? Well, I kind of get forced that way now because a lot of the people I used to hike with don't hike or aren't with us anymore. Also, I'm so slow that to be hiking with other people who are in pretty good shape, I'd be way behind them all the time. Most people don't like to go as slow as I'm going now. But there are some advantages of going slow. I kind of spot and watch things that a lot of people walk by. I said there was about 30 people on this trail, and there's even a couple of them wearing headphones listening to rock and roll music as they're walking. Can't believe it. Anyway, we're coming up to the junction where the trail from Herring Cove comes up here to the outlet of the lake and meets the trail from Sawmill Creek that I'm on. So here we are. Beaver Lake.
Beaver Lake Loop Trail, 1.25 mile. That goes back down to Herring Cove, I think. And I'll come up from Herring Cove and do that one another time. This one should take me up into the muskegs up here somewhere. That's Now, Beaver Lake has fish in it. It has greeling. Now, I've never fished it, never talked to anybody that's fished it. I have no idea. Yeah, that's the outlet. But I have no idea if the fish are still here or what. I haven't talked to anybody that's dealt with them. Now, this is an old piece of trail over here. Boy, look at this old bridge. Holy smokes. Okay. So, that's the outlet. And we're going to go on this side over here up to the muskeg and stop. Oh, crap. I can't believe how tough this is for me. Yeah. Can't believe how tough this is. Oh, when I was young, I just used to run up this stuff. Damn, I should have brought some whiskey with me. Oh, when I was young, I just used to run up this stuff. Damn, I should have brought some whiskey with me. For some reason, that was a bitch. Starting to break out. Might be a good day to look for mountain goats. Ah. Oh my goodness. Should have brought my deer call. Call a bear in, huh? Oh. Come on, I'm almost there. One more step. Call a bear in, huh? Oh. Come on, I'm almost there. One more step. Another step. There's some mountains. You know, I may stop right here. Who says I have to walk over to the lake? Roundabout view here, huh? I stuck my 360 camera up against up high up in a tree.
so I could get a drone effect up here. I think I'm going to have to stop and get me something to drink. This is just about as far as I'm going to go. The lake is off to my kind of behind me and my right. Yep, time for a drink. The big valley beyond me there is where Blue Lake is. Off to the left, down over the mountain, is where I came up, Sawmill Creek Campground. Well, all I brought was water, but I'm going to make a toast to all the mountains around me. Yeah, pretty impressive up here, isn't it? Right about now I'm thinking, well, that wasn't that bad, was it? Yeah, it was. Well, time to look around a little bit and then head back. I brought my lightweight tripod and my other camera with a telephoto lens, and I thought, well, now that I'm up here, you know, I'll set up the camera on the tripod and I'll look for some mountain goats. Behind me there is Bear Mountain. Look at that sky. I decided to use the 360 camera and give you a 360 degree pan of where I'm at. So this is what it looks like if you were standing here. I see most of the mountain goats over in this area over here, up above Blue Lake. Or coming around towards Mount Arrowhead and Mount Restovia. My house is over on the other side of that mountain over there. Down below there is Sawmill Creek, and these are some of the short ridges around Beaver Lake. Always wanted to hunt over there, never got over there. Anyway, that's a 360 degree view of where I'm standing. Sure got funny clouds today. Yeah, playing around with a 360 camera here. This is kind of a look-up zoom shot here I made with it. Works pretty cool. Boy, there's snow way in the back country there. Center of Baranof Island. We still have a lot of snow. We had a cold, damp spring. I decided to sit down here and have a drink of water and eat a little bit of lunch. Sitting down is not a smart thing for me to do sometimes. Sometimes my muscles tense and stiffen up so bad I could hardly get back up. So I have to kind of watch it. I don't do much activity until about 10 in the morning, and then I'm good until 1, 2 in the afternoon, and that's it. I stove up so bad I could hardly get out of the chair to the bathroom. This muscle disease is kind of a pain in the butt, literally. But I decided to take the chance and sit down here for a while. Have a cookie and some dried fruit. Brought some nuts along. Squirrel food, but I never saw a squirrel. So then I think what I'll do is I'll pan around with the big lens on the other camera and see if we can't spot a mountain goat. It's kind of hard to find this time of year because they're usually on the shady side of the peaks or sitting in the snowfields, and you wouldn't see them anyway. I see some people coming. Anyway, usually I take coffee with me, but this time I took some ice water, which was good. Now I got to figure out how to get back up. I have a hell of a time once I get down on the ground. Fortunately, there was a little tree there to pull me up with. So it's time to slip on over here and See if I can't find me a mountain goat somewhere. At least one. Sorry, tree, but I need you. Ugh. It's hard getting up. Oh. I ain't never gonna do that again. That was one trip. I hope I can make it home. That was a bastard coming up here. Nice day though. I'm glad I did. But I'm never gonna come again, I don't think, unless somebody drops me off in a helicopter. I'm gonna check the peaks out back in here and for mountain goat. See what I can see, and then I'll probably sit and eat something and rest before I go back. It'll probably take me just as long going back, but going down on them stairs is just hell. It's got to be just as bad going up. Yeah, it's hard to spot goats. I should have brought my binoculars. It's hard to spot them with this camera, and plus there's so much snow left up there. They're sitting up there in the snow, imagine. I'll keep looking. Normally I see them on this peak. I've seen like 10 or 12 at a time. But it's hard with the sun in my face, so what I'll do is I'll go home and I'll look at this video really close, and maybe I can spot some goats. I've seen a lot of them on that ridge there too. There's a lot of snow. More snow than usual. We had such a wet, cool spring that we got a lot of snow. Lots and lots of snow back there in the middle of the island. Warm sunny day like today, they're probably sitting on a snowfield somewhere. Yeah, I decided I was gonna sit up here for a little while longer, since I don't ever plan to come back. At least I don't think I could ever come back physically. So that's why I'm shooting this long video like this of this trip. That way people can see it. The people that aren't physically active can see what it looks like, and those of you who have never been here, well, you can plan a trip up that trail. Lots of fun, huh? I think I'll just sit down for a few minutes and do another pan and just see what's going on. You can see I got my tripod set down there looking for goats. I'm trying to get comfortable. Once I get some food and drink in me, I'll be able to start my way back. But if you've never been here before and you live in Sitka, give her a try. If not, share this video with others and show them what we have. Pretty up here. This is probably one of my favorite trails, hiking from Sitka. Since I was already up here, I decided, what the heck, I'll drop down here and look around some more. Head over a little bit closer to the lake. A lot of shore pine in here, muskegs. Very few bugs, which I like. And plus the trail wasn't too steep. It's pretty level through here. But I just look around a little bit further. Take a look at Bear Mountain a little bit more. Always wanted to climb up there, never did on this side. Over on the other side, I used to deer hunt over there years ago. I spotted a funny little flower over here. It's the last couple days in July here, about the 28th, and most of the wildflowers are gone. I did spot something unusual. I had to go over and have a look at it. earlier, about a month earlier, there'd been a lot of wildflowers up here, but season's getting close to being over. A lot of berries forming on the bushes. Yeah, wasn't what I thought it was. Well, I guess it's time to slowly start heading back. Got that 360 camera in my right hand on a stick pointing backwards. I think you can see me walking here. Kind of a fun thing to do. Not bad, the trail here. Try not to think of what's ahead. I don't look forward to going back downhill. It's going to be miserable tonight when I get home. I always suffer when I take little walks, even a half mile now. My legs at night stiffen up like boards. It takes me 2-3 hours in the morning rubbing the legs and getting them to work again so I can get them limbered up, stop cramping so I can continue to walk again for a while. Then about 3-4 in the afternoon they start cramping up again, and I'm just sitting there in the chair watching TV. Sometimes I have to use my cane to get to the bathroom. God, don't get old. Don't get crippled. Don't get some disabling disease. If you're still young, you can do it. Get your butt out here in the woods. You don't be sitting home looking at your smartphone. Get out of here and live a little bit. Thump, 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 thump. Gotta put them rocks, space them better, huh? Oh, look at those clouds. Isn't that something? Them beautiful clouds today. Yeah, slowly working my way back. A few old gnarly trees up there. Mostly old shore pine. I was amazed at how much alder was growing up there. Pretty high up, rough for alder trees. Okay, I'm going to point down to the lake. It's right down there in that little draw right there. And you see a little bit of a valley in the distance there. That's where the trail goes down to Herring Cove. And after a week or so, I feel better. Oh, down this way is Sawmill Creek Campground's down that big hole over there. But anyway, if the weather starts to improve a little bit here in the next 2-3 weeks, I start feeling better, I might just try to come to this lake again, but come in from the Herring Cove area. That trail's much easier. And I'd like to circle all the way around the lake, but that would have been another mile walk. I know now, looking back, I wouldn't have made it. I just hardly made this trip. One step after another. That's what it's all about. One step after another. Okay, I'm getting close to where I have to start dropping down over that bunch of steepness I forgot all about here by the lake. So here I go. And I gotta go really slow. I'm afraid of falling down, or if I catch my foot on something, on one of those boards, I'll land on my nose. It's one step at a time, and it's not a good step. Somebody having trouble raising their feet. Just one step. That's all it is. Take one step, stop, think about it, and think about your next step. That's very important. That's it. Oop, there's odd spaced ones. It's tough, but it's doable. you know, even for an old person like me, but even for young people, you'd have to kind of watch it so you don't trip your toe or something. So here we are dropping down to the outlet of the lake, and it's like I said, it's one step at a time. You can't make a mistake here. You can't make a mistake when you're in the woods by yourself. Yeah, this section turned out to be a little bit more difficult than I anticipated, mainly because of the different height and width of the steps, and plus we're kind of turning at the same time. But it looks like I'm making it back to the ridge. Here pretty quick, I'll be down there. I'm surprising how well the wood has held up. Yeah, we made it back to the bridge, crossing the outlet of Beaver Lake. When I come up the trail the next time from Herring Cove, it comes over closer to the lake, and I'll be able to show you more pictures of the lake next time, if I make it, if I go, if I survive this trip. Thump, 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 thump. Ooh, listen to that water. I was starting to get thirsty. I was running out of water in my thermos. You know what's really weird is I didn't see any squirrels. Not much wildlife at all. No birds. Nothing. Oh, this is a lot of fun. I'm trying to climb up here, get on the bridge. I made it. Kind of fun going across these little bridges. I'm very thankful for the people who not only built these little bridges, but show up once in a while and fix them. Well, I made it through the little forest of hemlock and spruce and other trees, and Alaska yellow cedar, and little springs and skunk cabbage, and now I'm back up in the little meadow again. Once we cross this meadow, I get over to the trees over there, and then we start our little trip down the ridge. Sure was pretty up there today. No sound other than the crunching of my feet on the gravelly trail. Wow, look at those clouds. Isn't that something?
One step at a time. Never do this again. One step at a time. Never do this again. Never again. Great view of Bear Mountain, but I don't want to ever come back here again. I'm exhausted. And I got the steep part yet to go.
Don't kill yourself there. It's a long ways down. One step at a time. Think about the step before you make it.
One step at a time. Never do this again. One step at a time. Never do this again. Jeez. This is insane. Well, I had to stop for a while. I'm not the... I don't know, I've seen about 20 people, I guess. not the best looking person on the trail, but I guarantee you one thing, I'm the oldest. Oh, what a trail. I don't remember it being this steep. And it's warm too. Good thing I'm in the shade here. I'm about a third of the way down the cliff here. Boy, won't let me ever take you on this trip again. If I ever even think about it, take me aside and give me a whipping. Well, I'll drink a little bit more water and I'm going to try to get down this mountain. This whole ridge up here must have been a moraine or something. It's all busted up rock. That's all it is. There's a big hole in there. That's all this place is. Just busted up old rock. Unbelievable. It's all loose stuff. Like it was dumped here, but it's all done by nature. The whole thing we're walking along is made out of this stuff. Just junk, all piled up. And yet it doesn't look like it's been worn. The glacier rock is kind of round. Well, might be a little bit. That's just strange stuff. Just a strange piece of geology. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little video. And, well, some ways I'm glad I did it, and some ways I'm not. Anyway, sure to watch my other videos on my channel. And feel free to spread this one around and show people what it's like to go to Beaver Lake on the Sawmill Creek side in Sitka, Alaska. Damn, that was one trail, huh? Oh, love the sound of that water. How about I just make it to the truck? I'll have other videos for you coming up, so if you want to subscribe, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. So I'm glad you stopped by and joined me. I was never so glad to see that old truck in my life. I'll never say a bad word against you again.